Hello and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hi, I'm Cassidy. If it's not, thanks for always tuning into my videos. We are going over my priority sequels for next year today. I don't have a set number, so we're just going to see how many there are, because I just have lots of sequels I really want to read, I think. So the first one has to be my most excited, anticipated one for the new year. The Memory of Souls by Jen Lyons. I also hope to read the fourth book, which is The House of Always. And I think the fifth book comes out next year, so I'm hoping just to finish this off, because I love this series. If you watched my wrap up from this month, I literally just talked about the Runic Kings for like 5 minutes straight, and I loved The Name of All Things even more. I cannot wait to get to this one. Like, I want to drop everything and read it. This might not even make it to the new year, but the other two for sure will. So I gotta finish this series. All these sequels are on this list. I didn't really tell you what this was about. I should tell you that now. The first book, which is Runic Kings, follows Kieran's story. You are just following his story in a couple different timelines. I think the intriguing part about this book is how it's told, but I don't want to get into that because I'll just rave about it. And you're following his life story of how he somehow kind of becomes the hero or the villain. You're not quite sure what he is. And yeah, you're just following that unravel. Drink every time I say following. The next one is the sequel to The Black Coast, which I believe is called The Splinter King. Hi. It is book 2 of the God King Chronicles. I think this is just a trilogy, but those are the only 2 that are out yet. I just finished this book like 2 days ago. I really enjoyed it. It was about a low 4 stars for me. The Black Coast follows the people of Blackkeep who know one thing, that when they see crows, that means the raiders are coming. This time, when the raiders show up though, they are not here to raid, to kill, to murder everyone. They're here to seek asylum, and when they are let into the keep, it's really just a interesting conversation about cultures blending together and the differences in all the cultures. And yeah, I didn't absolutely love this book as much as I wanted to. Parts of this book were 5 stars for me, but I have high hopes for the sequel, and I'm really excited to see where the story goes, because the characters in this, if you are a character-driven reader, this is it. The next sequels that I really, really want to get to, so I for sure will prioritize at least one of these, but I would like to finish it, is the Legacy Trilogy. So Legacy of Steel and Legacy of Light. These are chunkers, so if I can only get to one of them, I'll be a happy camper, but I would like to finish both of them. I loved the first book of this, which is Legacy of Ash. I cannot explain to you what it is in fast enough terms for this video. Essentially, you're just following the world collapse, and it's a military fantasy. This isn't a recommendation video, so I feel like I don't need to describe them too much. Yeah, Legacy of Ash, you're just following the daughter and son of a war hero who are prisoners to the current crown, and the crown sends their mom's killer to them, and it's just politics and messy goodness. But I really hope to get to these this year. The next sequels I hope to get to and finish are the rest of the Greatcoat series. So book 3 and book 4, Saint's Blood and Tyrant's Throne. Greatcoats. Traitor's Blade, I really, really, really enjoyed. There was just this dark comedic aspect to these books, and the writer Sebastian de Castell breaks the third wall a lot, which I really like. They also do that in Runic Kings, and I seriously enjoy that writing style in my adult fantasy books. Traitor's Blade, you are following the Greatcoats as their king, who was murdered, had given every single one of the Greatcoats a last dying mission, a last mission to do, and you're following them just complete those missions. You're following the 3 main characters, Falkio, Kest, and Brasti, who remind me of the 3 Musketeers, and it's just such an enjoyable journey. Love this. It is a dark, gruesome book. The second book specifically, very gruesome. And I love that. I messed up. What can I say? I can't wait to get to these. Of course, more sequels I'd love to get to are the rest of Hobbs' Realm of the Elderlings. I only have the second and third book of the Rainwild Chronicles. I'm currently reading the first. I have read most of the series through audiobooks, so at this point, I don't care that I don't have the rest of the series because there's another trilogy after this. I will eventually get my hands on them, but since I'm listening to them in audiobook format, it doesn't bother me currently. I cannot tell you anything about the series because we are 8 books in. We are more than 8 books in. We are 11 books in. So I don't want to tell you anything. The first book is Assassin's Apprentice, though, and follows Fitz, who is the bastard son of the king in waiting, and then kind of becomes an assassin for the king. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's it. I just want to finish Hob next year. That is a goal. The next sequel is The Fires of Vengeance by Evan Winters, which is the Burning #2, the first book being Rage of Dragons. I loved Rage of Dragons when I read it, so I don't know how I haven't read the second book, because I read it last year, and I need to get to this. I need to get to this. This is just a beautiful book. How do I explain beautifulness in 30 seconds? The Rage of Dragons is a world where, I need to look this up, where 1 in every 2,000 women have the power to call down dragons, and 1 in every 100 men is able to magically transform himself into a bigger, stronger, faster killing machine. We follow our main character, Tao, who is kind of like, he is a lower class, and something happens that sets him on a vengeance trail, and he ends up joining the military to like prove to everyone else and himself that like he can do it and he is just as good as all the rest of these people, and for like his reason of revenge. And it's just like, it's such a beautifully written story between Tao and the world that we've created, the concept of the control of the dragons, and like I'm gonna call it the other world. I forget what it's called. It's been a while since I read this. Maybe I need to read the first one again too. Is just so good. Like, this was so freaking good that I need to read this. I don't really know how to explain. I'm not doing good at explaining anything. I know Tao wants to become like the greatest swordsman alive and kill who betrayed him. The next sequel is The Bone Shard Emperor by Andrea Stewart. I loved the Bone Shard data this year. The world building is so cool. The magic system of using other people's bones in these like creature things that are made to control them, and kind of having that like life essence sucked out of people. So cool. And I can't wait to see where this goes. Yeah, I can't believe I haven't read this even though it just came out, because I remember finishing it and being like, when does the next book come out? I need to read this. And the twist at the end of the first book, which I kind of saw coming but still so good. Like, I still enjoyed it and think that it was like the best twist possible, even though like I knew it was about to happen. I love a unique magic system, and this is just so unique. And there's an animal companion, if you like those. Another one I really want to get to is Cytonic by Brandon Sanderson. This is Skyward Book 3. I have been out of the Skyward world for so long that I just like am less inclined to pick this one up, but I want to pick it up. So I'm putting it on this list so that I have to pick it up because it's a priority now. Yeah, and Skyward follows Spensa, who wants to become a pilot like her dad, to prove everyone that her dad was not the traitor that they all think he is, and she kind of unravels a story and the truth behind everything as she goes. I don't know if this one counts because technically it's also the start of a series, but it's kind of a sequel too. It is the Lord of the Rings, it is the Fellowship of the Rings, which is the first book in the Lord of the Rings trilogy by J.R.R. Tolkien. But we read The Hobbit. Literally, I finished it like yesterday. I buddy read it with my sister and her roommate, and so in January we are starting this one to buddy read, so this is a priority. Hopefully we love it and we can continue the rest of the series. Because The Hobbit was for all of us, but we think with this one being an adult and being much girthier, this will be it. I'm not going to explain to you what Lord of the Rings is about. If you don't know what it is, watch a movie. Oops, that was harsh. Okay. And there we have it. Those are all my priority sequels, at least the ones I can think of currently. There's probably more. I'm probably missing out on some. And there's so many other sequels I still want to get to, like Storm of Echoes and Shadow Black. And there's so many, but these are like the priority ones. Like if I don't get to these, I'm gonna be very disappointed in myself next year. So if you enjoyed this video and you made it all the way to the end and you'd like to leave a comment down below to say that you were here, but you just have nothing to say, leave me a snowflake. I'm wearing white and dressed in a little toque because it's cold. It's snowing like crazy here. So a snowflake or like a Christmas tree is very on par with what's happening today. I don't know. That made no sense. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you'd like to connect with me on other platforms, my Bookstagram, my book Twitter, my beauty channel, and my Goodreads are all linked in the description bar below. I love to connect with all of you everywhere. So, yeah, let's be friends. And make sure to give this video a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And have a wonderful freaking day. Why do I have so much energy today? Let's go. Okay, bye.